Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a grassy field. I'll meet you there. Rumi, the poet. My name is Jennie Rose Kogan. I use she or they pronouns, and I am a therapist for the Brazilians Lab in New York. And today, on MyWellbeing Small Talk series, I am going to talk to you about binary thinking and offer some ways you can live your life more in the gray. Many people struggle with all or nothing thinking that we're either good or bad, right or wrong, lovable or worthless. But really in every situation, almost, there's an in-between. All or nothing thinking is absolute thinking that could take on many shapes or sizes. Some common thoughts that fall into this category include, I'll always be a bad friend. It's impossible to find someone who could love me. Christmas is ruined because the cookies got burned. All conservatives are idiots. Humans and situations are nuanced, multifaceted, and complicated. In every moment, we are influenced by our neurochemistry, our genetics, our environment, and our conditioning. Now listen to the difference between the phrases, I'll always be a bad friend, and sometimes my depression gets the best of me and I don't reach out as much as I'd like to, but that doesn't mean I don't care or wish I could. Or between all conservatives are idiots and many conservatives don't want their freedoms taken away. But I think many would actually gain more freedoms with the redistributive tax. Oftentimes, when we feel shame or anger or fear, our minds jump to all or nothing thinking. But that way of thinking takes away the fullness of our humanity and evokes defensiveness in others. In the United States, we live in white supremacy or domination culture. People are either black or white, women or men, abled or disabled, and so on. But people exist in between. Every identity, there's a spectrum, and people always hold many different identities. However, many people, especially those who hold marginalized identities, are not always viewed and treated in the fullness of their humanity. So, with society projecting binary thinking all over us, how can we break through that way of thinking, feeling, and living? I am glad you asked. The first step is to notice it. When you feel anger, fear, panic, or anxiety, name it. What sensations are you experiencing? Maybe increased heart rate or heat under your arms. What thoughts are coming up? Maybe you're thinking it's not worth living in a world that is against me. Or even the thought, I hate myself. Now just notice the thoughts. Maybe picture the thoughts as a character from a movie or give the thoughts a name. Invite the thoughts a seat at the table of your mind. Often the panic we feel and thoughts that follow are so painful that we just try to escape them with distraction and avoidance, try to push them away. But that usually makes them louder. What would happen if instead of trying to fight the thoughts, we could be curious about them instead? After noticing what's coming up for you, you can redirect your attention to your breath or a photo, a flower in front of you, a smell. Using tools that connect us back to the present surroundings can help reconnect us to our truths. We are often both partially right, partially wrong, partially scared and partially confident, partially racist and partially unlearning, some of us. Humans are full of contradictions. I often wonder how society would be different if we valued and practiced staying in the muck of contradictions instead of trying to escape and harming ourselves or others in the process. Brené Brown defines shame as the painful feeling that comes when we think that we are unlovable or unworthy of belonging. When we feel shame, we may respond by shrinking or puffing up, which I see as a version of all or nothing thinking. Either I am the best in the world, or I am trash and completely undeserving. But there's a third way of being, rooted in our sacred ground, like a tree, and able to stay in the gray. Letting go of all or nothing thinking is a journey, and it is not linear. But from personal experience, it has the potential to free you from suffering in ways that I thought were not even possible. Now I'm going to end this by saying to me, as a therapist once told me, you are perfect exactly as you are, and you could use a little bit of work. Thank you so much for listening, and please feel free to reach out if you want to continue the conversation. Bye, take care.